Hey YouTube, this video here is going to be a long-term review of the Smith & Wesson M&P 22. And since I don't shoot this rifle much at all, I figured I should get the guy who does shoot it to do the review. So since this is Big Ron's rifle, I'm going to ask him the questions and let him answer you. So I guess the first question that needs to be answered: do you like the gun?
Absolutely. It's one of the funnest guns I've ever shot, if not the funnest.
Can you hit with it?
Yes, absolutely.
What's the farthest you've shot and the target you were shooting at?
The farthest I've shot is 160 yards at a ×2 smaller torso. And
That'd be like a C-zone
yeah,
steel plate. Okay.
Yeah. But the smallest target I've shot would be 100 yards away at the head of a bowling pin. And hit it.
And that's all with just a red dot on it, right?
Yes, standing up.
Standing up, not resting it, just standing there and letting her go.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of that, what do you think about the red dot that's on top of it?
It's amazing. It's never changed zero.
No, it hasn't. We've never had to change the zero on that.
No, it's never gotten knocked and then shot off. It's a great dot.
And that's a Vortec, strike fire?
Yeah.
I don't even know if they make that anymore. But it came with the mount and everything. Just like came out of the box. Now, how long have we had this rifle? How long have you had it?
5 or 6 years.
Yep. When you first got it,
I had to shoot it off a bench.
You had to shoot it off a bench. That's right. You weren't, I guess you were still too small of stature to stand up and hold it, so you had to shoot it off a bench,
yeah,
off a rest.
I could hold it, but
you couldn't hold it up.
I couldn't get it to my shoulder and hold it long enough for me to be able to shoot.
Okay, but now that was years ago.
Yeah.
All right, let's see where we at now. What about the what about the flashlight?
It's a great flashlight.
Now you've added that flashlight. You used to have, that's the 2-cell Streamlight, and a while ago you had the 1-cell Streamlight on there. But since you've gotten bigger and stronger, now you can add a little bit heavier stuff to it and still maneuver it fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good flashlight. I mean, it'll shine for about 100 yards.
Yeah.
That's the farthest I've even ever shined it. It'll probably go farther.
So you wouldn't have no problem shooting a fox or a raccoon or coyote, something like that in the backyard with
I have.
Yeah, well, you have. Yeah, you have killed some critters with it. How many rounds would you estimate has been shot through this? Now, let me preface this for all the YouTube people. This was purchased years ago, way before the ammo crisis, back when 22 ammo was dirt cheap, and we bought it cheap and stacked it deep for quite a while. And it wasn't nothing to go to the range and him blow 350 rounds for a range trip. But how many rounds you think you've been shot through?
5,000 or 6,000.
I'd say that's a good guess. 5,000 or 6,000. Have you ever cleaned it?
No, not once.
Never cleaned a barrel and it still shoots good. You can still hit what you aim at.
It's fine. I mean, even if I look in the chamber, I don't even see much carbon buildup, if there even is at all.
Now, there's some. It's a rimfire, so it's a little nasty, but it just keeps going, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like it never dies, basically.
It's like the old Timex commercial. Takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Yeah. Now, we have ordered,
We've
Maybe
oiled it.
3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
That's it. Just put a little bit of Slip 2000 or Lucas gun oil on it and let it rip.
Yeah.
Is there anything you don't like about this gun?
Not really.
And it did come with the Magpul flip up sights when we got it. But you haven't really done anything other than add a dot and a flashlight. Everything else you've just kept stock. There's no, you don't want to change the grip on it. You don't want to change the stock. You just leave it alone and you just shoot, right?
Yeah. The only, not even that. I mean, it's a great gun.
Oh well, you can't argue with a great gun.
But I mean, as far as the flip up sights go, they're great. I mean,
yeah, you do. He does shoot it with the sights flipped up.
Sometimes.
Sometimes he enjoys iron sights.
I mean, we went one time and the battery was dead on my dot, so I just flip them up and shoot them like that.
Yep. We've changed that. Speaking of that, we've changed the battery once since we had it. It uses a weird RC2 battery. I thought it used a 123 battery, but it uses an RC2 battery.
I was an RC23. I don't know.
It was some weird. It had to get it in the camera section. But it lasts forever. Let's see. What else can we talk about? The magazines. Well, hold on. Before we get to that, have you ever had any problems with the gun?
Never had any problems with the gun. If there was a problem, it was the ammo.
Okay. All ammo related, which is to be expected with rimfire. You're going to have a little bit of ammo issues, rim lock or just duds. You know, something that's just a 22.
Yeah. I did have a little trouble with waxy ammo, but it didn't bother it much. Once I switched back to high velocity or whatever I used.
Yeah. Speaking of that, it runs better with high velocity.
Yeah,
it cycles better.
Okay.
Okay.
It cycles really good with copper plated too.
Okay. Tell us about the magazines. Do they fit in a standard AR magazine pouch?
Yeah, they do. They fit in a belt, a kiwi pouch. I've never tried it on a chest rig, but
you've got kiwi pouches or a kiwi pouch on your battle belt, and that's what it fits in there just fine.
It does.
Retention's not too much, not too little. It's just right. So if somebody that shot ARs a lot and was going to get one of these just to plink around with, you would say go for it.
Yes, absolutely.
And I will attest. It's after shooting a regular AR and then you shoot this thing, my gracious, you can shoot it so fast.
Yeah.
It's there's just no recoil. It just doesn't move when you pull the trigger.
Yeah, it stays. It is 22, but it's surprising because it's very lightweight for an AR. I mean, I don't know, might weigh 10 pounds.
I don't know. It don't weigh nowhere near 10 pounds.
It doesn't weigh.
Probably 4 or 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Or less.
Yeah.
Not much.
It doesn't.
What about the sling? Tell us a little bit about your sling.
Well, it's a LaRue sling. It's a LaRue Tactical. It's a great sling. I've only had a problem with it a couple of times, and it was just twisting. Probably human error. So, I mean, I don't know. It's a padded. It's just an all-around great sling. I mean, it's an all-around great gun.
Would you change anything of the gun? I may have asked you this already.
I think you did, but no, I don't think I'd change anything.
Well, good deal. Well, I guess that concludes the video. We'll roll in some footage of it getting shot.
Yeah.
By somebody. So try to throw in some GoPro and some other footage here at the end of it.
Yeah.
Or maybe might add one of them at the beginning. So folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. Anything you want to
add? Well, you're going to get your money's worth out of it. And if this is all you had, you can use it for home defense. I would say you could.
I'd say so. If this is all you had.
Yeah.
And yeah, you probably could. Yeah. If it was all you had, it's all you had.
Yeah, it is.
What do we need to tell these people to do if they stayed through the video for this far? What do we need to, what do we need to say?
Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell for notification.
There you go. All right, folks. We'll see you on the next one. Hope this helps. Let her rip.
Results.